In the years since the pandemic, the live music industry has been growing, and we mean growing. As audiences and artists travel across the world to gather at giant venues and festival sites, sometimes for days at a time, their emissions skyrocket. And while some performers have been under fire for their private jet habits, others are proving that spectacle and sustainability aren't mutually exclusive. Festivals like the UK's Glastonbury and performers like Coldplay and Massive Attack are showing us that large-scale concerts can be produced with a lower burden on the planet. Limiting transportation, offering sustainable meals, and eliminating waste are only some examples of reducing the industry's environmental impact. But one company is reducing both emissions and unnecessary noise by focusing on the grid.
Today, if you're a professional, you need to, for example, build Glastonbury Festival. And you go there, it's remote, it's without electricity. You start to build the stage. And what you have to do then is you get to electricity somehow to run all of your appliances. So you haul a generator in, which is combustion-based, which is polluting, which is inconvenient, which is noisy, which is the most expensive way of generating electricity. So you haul it in, you fire it up, you have your spill kit with you, your fire extinguisher. And then you start working. So it adds a lot of friction to your operations, a lot of uncertainty because the things are maintenance heavy and they're really polluting and they're really a sizable problem. There's still more than 50 million of these small, what is called non-road mobile engines produced every year. And they're actually barely regulated. So running such a generator for 1 hour, you can drive 250 kilometers with a car.
Instagrid's power conversion technology uses stacked microinverters, each connected to individual battery modules, which then work together to create power. This power conversion technology makes it possible to have compact and light grids that, makers say, are more powerful than other battery systems.
And then we have been running festivals on a set of 5 units. So you always had 3 units on duty and one after each other was depleted and 2 units in charge. And then people were just hot swapping. So you can basically run festivals day and night with this. The festival is a sizable issue when it comes to carbon emissions. Also, when it comes to money spent on the wrong side. Last year, the diesel consumption on festivals in the UK amounted to 12 million liters. So it's really, really a lot if you think about the size of a tank that would be. We've been working with a couple of festivals. So most recently, Glastonbury, for example. We power the entire Earth Percent tent. That's an NGO that encourages artists to donate a percentage of their income to ecological projects. And we power the stand throughout the duration of the whole festival. The Shambhala Festival was powered by us. So we powered a variety of operations there, both before, so setting up the festival, and also during the festival. For build-up of stages, we powered electric transport carts. We powered the welcome and accreditation tasks with 5 units. So it's really cool to help them. And if you think about Shambhala, it's one of the most flexible festivals because people, they buy a ticket and they don't even know where it will happen, right? So and so they will always be remote, and it's always like a fantastic moment. They want to like provide and sell people nice moments, and you can't do this if a generator is humming right next to you and you have all of the smells and the noises.
The small grids save around 80% of carbon emissions compared to combustion engines.
Sometimes even more, sometimes a little less, depending on where you charge from, because it's essentially the use phase. So someone pouring gasoline or diesel into a generator, or where we charge from the grid, because the grid can be fed by renewables, can be fed by coal. So there are still emissions in our use phase. We talk openly about them when we charge from the grid, and there are still emissions during production of batteries. But if you compare in an apples to apples comparison with a generator, it's really remarkable how much we can save. In days of streaming, the artists, they gain their profit through live settings and no longer through the music that they sell. Take Munich Stadium, maybe 10 years ago, in summer you had 1 concert every week. Now you have 1 concert every day, right? So in the moment the last song ended, people start deconstructing the stage because the next one is waiting. And I think we need to be much faster, much more flexible, and give people a better experience. And that's where I think combustion is at the end of its life cycle, because it doesn't really help, be it cables that we trip, be it anything else. So in my imagination, festivals in the future will also be more connected to the nature. And that's what I can see already on the festivals that I have been, be it from waste management, be it from being conscious on where you are and where you're standing. So all of that will change, and all of that can only change if you have the right infrastructure.
Instagrid offers only one of the many ways the live music industry can reduce its climate impact. In the UK alone, the industry contributes an extra 405,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions each year. And though more and more artists, venues, and festivals look at their footprint, there is still a long way to go.